G'day gamers, VaderG here, welcome back to the channel. And today we're going to take a look at this fine looking gentleman in Alliance Battle Extreme. Only got a limited time on no restriction day before it ticks over to Universal Hero Day. And Thane being a Universal Villain, we cannot try him out basically in any other time. So I'm going to give him a whirl in Alliance Battle Extreme. We had a quick chat in the last video. He is a bio sub character. He goes up to level 70. He doesn't have an awakened skill. He doesn't have a uniform, and he doesn't have a tier 3 skill. So pretty hard to imagine that he's going to be a competitor to his dad, Thanos, in Alliance Battle Extreme. But you know what? We're going to give it a try anyway and see how we go. Going to see if we can clock up some sort of score with him, and just you guys can have a look and see what you think. Okay, so this is how I've got him set up at the moment. Took a fair while to get there with some Odin's blessings and stuff, and the stats that we've sort of come up with. Crit rate at 54%, which is fine because he actually has a self buff for crit rate. Crit damage 187%. I could probably just fill this empty one up here with a crit euro, and it might give us an extra couple of cents, but who really gives a shit? It won't make too much difference at all. Yeah, big deal, 1.5% or 2% or something like that. So let's have a quick look at his skills and his skill description. So his tier 2 passive, increase skill damage by 30, increase bonus by 25, decrease all damage received by 30%, it's kind of standard. First skill has a stun. Second skill has a bind, and importantly for Alliance Battle Extreme, a silence. Although when we look at skill preview, you'll see in a second, his silence is not easy. His silence is actually probably delayed by around about, from the time you press the button, around about 2.5 seconds. Third skill, decrease all defense, ignores immunity, which he might be quite handy for World Boss Ultimate, thinking about it now. He has good survivability, as 30% recovery max HP. On his third skill, 100% chance to immune to all damage, so he's got good survivability skills. Fourth skill deals 40% burn damage every 1 second, deals 30% bleed damage every 1 second, so certainly has some skill effects on it. Removes elasticity and applies to self a significant buff, 30% all attack, and most importantly for us in this run, crit rate by 30%. So we're going to try and keep that 4th skill going as much as we possibly can and not have it down. 5th skill applies to enemies Amber Eyes. Okay, so this is one of Thane's trademarks, is his ability to Amber Eyes his opponents. So it lasts for 3 seconds, incapacitation, and applies to self, ignores target's dodge rate by 20%, invincible for 5 seconds. So he's a kind of a nicely balanced character. He has a bit of self buff there on his 4th, and survivability on his 3rd, and also survivability on his 5th. So he's passive. Applies to self, 70% chance to penetrate with super armor, barrier, shield, all damage immune, invincible effect, which is very nice for a PvP perspective, and also a general damage perspective. And his leadership, activate rate when debuffed, removes all debuffs for 12 seconds, with a cooldown time of 25 seconds. So basically up the majority of the time. 25% increase of all attacks as well as leadership. Oh, that's all allies. 25% increase of all attacks. So actually that's quite a nice leadership. It has the debuff removal and a nice general leadership on it as well. Okay, his type enhancement. So I've got Power of Angry Hulk on him because we're running a CTP of Rage, which kind of does suit his skill set, because if we look at his 5th skill, it has a cooldown time of 17 seconds, which is just a little bit awkward. So it's around about that 8.5 second cooldown with max cooldown. And CTP Rage kind of does suit him. ISO 8, so I've put some dodge options in his ISO set, and also some crit options as well. His custom gear's got a CTP Rage, pretty nice one actually. And uniform he has none. So what we're going to do, might just have a quick look at his skill preview, and we can sort of roll through those skills together. Remembering his 2nd skill, which we might just do straight off the bat, his 2nd skill. His 2nd skill has a silence. Now you watch how long it takes for his silence to kick in here. Now, That's not easy to weave into a run, to be perfectly honest. So we look at so he's cooldown 4 seconds. Yeah, so it's actually 3 seconds from the time that you touch the button to the time that the silence activates. So that's kind of interesting. His 5th skill, I mean, that looks insane, doesn't it? How good does that look? Those sort of orange, amber crystals. His 4th skill is pretty epic. I mean, look at that. 383 hits. Visually, he looks really good. His skills look excellent. So that 2nd skill, even when he kind of gets him in the blocks of amber, looks really nice as well. 1st skill, kind of a bit of a hack and slash sort of setup, where he sort of gives him a bit of a whirl with that sort of purple energy, and then just dashes through. 3rd skill, not bad, like effectively a mini channeling skill. He has the amber sort of crystals shooting out there, and then they explode towards the end. Tell you what, 228 hits, it's not bad, is it? I mean, these characters have so many hits compared to the older characters like Elektra or Daredevil. I mean, it's just, look, it's nearly like playing a totally different game when you compare some of the characters in here. So, am I going to be able to get this 2 skills down against the Frost Beast? I don't know, I reckon it's going to be pretty bloody hard, to be perfectly honest. I'll give it a whirl. If not, we're going to get a fair indication, right? So, Thanos in Alliance Battle Extreme, on a good account, you can get up around 5 mil with a hella buff. Okay, on this account, because of the cards, let's just say we had an equivalent setup, and because the beast today has barrier, so let's have a look at the card effects here. So on my account, I think I get around about 5.4 mil on Thanos with only a few Odin's Blessings, and I've got 73% physical attack plus physical proc. This account has 66% physical attack with no physical proc. So I reckon on this account, on the Beast Barrier Day, I would probably get around about 3.6 to 3.7 million with Thanos. Now, if we have a look at Thane, how I've got him built, he's got 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, let's just call it sort of 7, 11. 14 Odin's Blessings. My Thanos in my own account has around about, I think he has 4. So Thane has a fair advantage. Having said that, he has no tier 3 skill, he has no awaken skill, he has no uniform. He has some massive disadvantages. So what we're going to try and do here, guys, is try and get a decent run. I'm not expecting to be able to cancel the Raws because I've never played this guy before. We're going to try and get a decent run with this team, and it might take a few attempts. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to keep on recording until I get one that I'm kind of happy with, and then we can have a chat about it. All right. And obviously before, when I was talking about those scores, I was thinking about Universal Villain Day. I wasn't thinking about free-for-all day or no restriction day or any other Alliance Battle Extreme day. All I was talking about was Universal Villain Day, when I sort of thought, well, with the Universal team with Thanos, I could probably get around about 3.6, 3.7 million on this account, with maybe 4 or 5 Odin's Blessings. I'm not going to do it on this account. I'm not going to do a true comparison because I cannot be bothered setting the other Thanos up. It just takes way too long. It's going to take probably 45 minutes for me to do that, and I'm not super interested in that. Really just button mashing here, guys. Let's see if we can get this silence. Yep. Somehow got the silence. But look where we're at. We're at 500,000. 500,000 damage after a minute. So, and this is, look, this is my very first run ever. I don't really know if I'm doing anything right or wrong. But, I mean, he's not even close to Thanos. Even if I'm playing totally shit, which I probably am. We're at 700,000 at the halfway mark. No, missed the silence there. But 700,000 at the halfway mark. Look, this is my very first run. I'll do a few other runs later, and if I get different results, then I'll add it to the video. But I'm thinking that he just doesn't have the damage. He just does not have the damage. He doesn't have the stats. He has no accumulation to the enemy, which is what we're seeing in a lot of the Alliance battle meta at this point in time. He has no accumulation on damage received. He has effectively, when you look at his skill set, he has nothing that would make him, besides the silence, any sort of contender for Alliance Battle Extreme, and I'm not even trying to cancel that role. So, I don't know, what do you guys think? I'll try another couple of runs, and I'll just post the scores at the end of this. I'll do less talking and more playing, because obviously I've missed a couple of roars on this, probably due to the fact that I've just been talking shit for the whole period. But to me, just based on this spamming, he looks like he's nowhere near Thanos, like not even in the same freaking ballpark. Let me know what you guys think below. If I get any better scores, I'll just whack some screenshots up here in a moment, and you'll know. And this will be the end of the video. Guys, Thane Alliance Battle Extreme, what do you reckon? So yeah guys, look, I reckon with the perfect run, 3 cancers, I reckon Thane, you'd probably be looking at around about, I don't know, 1.5, 1.6 million on this account with this build. Thanos, I reckon, you'd be, well over 3 million. So Thanos is going to get double a Thane score. There's certainly a compelling case to have potentially have Thanos and Thane running side by side with Thanos lead, and having Ronan as the centerpiece, as the leader, and using Thane as a silencing, basically a silencing tool, to sort of come in, have him all kitted up, come in and actually silence for Thanos. Having said that, I'm not really sure how different, and they get a little bit of a team bonus where they get all attack recovery rate. Really not sure how different that would be to the Hella buff. The Hella buff is actually quite strong anyway. So, yeah, I can't see it. I just can't see it kind of being, I don't know, maybe it'll work out. But he's definitely, as a standalone character, no good in Alliance Battle Extreme. Alright guys, thoughts in the comments below. Appreciate it. Thanks, bye.